Good morning, grade 5s. I hope you all well. Today is Friday, so it means we are doing NST today. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to paste in two papers. So these two papers are in your file under NST. The first one says Research Process Sciences, and the next one says Design Process Technology. Okay, so these are the steps that we need to follow when we do an investigation, okay, related to technology or to science, depending on which one. So there are really colorful pages that you can just paste in. Then let's start with the research process sciences one. I want to just read through it quickly. So when we have an investigation, the first thing we do is we ask the question, what are we going to investigate? Then we plan the investigation. Then we do the investigation, we interpret the results that we got during the investigation, and then we evaluate the results. Okay, now it's pretty similar when it comes to technology. The first one is identify the problem, then think of a possible solution, then choose the best solution, design the solution, plan, then make the product, and evaluate the effectiveness of the product. Okay, so those are the two pages that you paste in first. Then we have a couple of activities to do. So page 2, page 1 for me, please, in your NST textbook. Plants and animals on Earth. There are many plants and animals living in different habitats on Earth. A habitat is a natural home of a plant or an animal. Habitats in water are called aquatic habitats. Habitats on land are called terrestrial habitats. Plants and animals depend on one another for food and shelter. We say there is interdependence between plants and animals and their habitats. In this topic, you are going to learn more about different plants and animals living in different habitats. You will also learn about the interdependence between animals and between animals and their habitats. Okay, so there's two beautiful pictures of two different kinds of habitats. Okay, one on the land, one in the water. So activity 1 is basically just a revision of your knowledge. So basically what you already know, what you have learned in grade 4 about habitats. Okay, so pretty easy. Then let's go to page 2. Many different plants and animals. So let's just quickly look at our keywords. Our important words are habitat. Now, habitat is the natural home of a plant or an animal. Biodiversity means the variety of all the plants and animals on Earth. Indigenous plants and animals that have always lived in a certain area. Okay, plants and animals have their habitats, make up a total biodiversity on Earth. A habitat is the natural home of a plant or an animal. Plants and animals have special features for survival in their habitats. The habitat of a plant or an animal determines the features and organism in the particular habitat. South Africa has a wide variety of indigenous plants and animals. Now, indigenous, remember, it means it's plants that come from South Africa. It is only here, naturally. Indigenous plants and animals are organisms that have always lived in a certain area. Indigenous organisms can live in different habitats. Plants grow in different habitats. The water lily lives in water. It has leaves that are large and flat. The leaves float on the water. The aloe lives in dry area. The thick and fleshy leaves store water. And the rooibos plant grows in dry, sandy soil. The leaves of the plant are thin and small, so less water loss can take place from them. Okay, so this is the 3 different plants in totally 3 different types of habitats that we get. So this is basically what activity is about. Okay, so you have the water lily, the aloe plant, and the rooibos plant in sandy soil. Okay, so the water lily is in water. The aloe plant is more like a type of succulent, and the rooibos plant is usually in a more dry area. Okay, so you then have to draw up the table where you then basically just explain exactly the difference between them. Okay. Then you have one last activity to do, which is a really fun one. You are going to find a picture of a protea plant. So here at the bottom of page 2, there is a little picture of a protea plant, but you can Google another one. And I want you to draw it for me. So this is going to be related to art, okay? This is going to count for marks as well. So you can use color pens, pencils, paints, oil pastels, whatever you have at home is what you use, okay? If you don't have oil pastels, then it's fine. Then you just use crayons or whatever you have at home to draw me a beautiful protea plant, okay? But you start off in pencil and then you color it in. I want it to be really proper, okay? And remember that it counts for marks. So that is all that you have to do for NST today. When you are done, then you are done with the week's work. Okay, then I hope you have a lovely weekend, and then I'll see you on Monday.